Hi everyone, so today we're going to be talking about positive self-image, and I'm going to be talking about why it's important to have a positive self-image, why it's essential to have a healthy relationship with yourself regardless of how you might rank yourself. So I'm going to talk about why it's important, what it means, how you can develop a positive self-image, how you can start loving and accepting yourself, that is. And in the end, I'm going to be sharing my own experience and what I have been able to achieve through my journey of self-love, self-healing, and finally having this amazing relationship with myself. So I'm going to be talking about that later in the video, so don't go away. But before we start, here on this channel, if you're not already subscribed, I talk about how you can find your passion and go after it at any age, how you can find balance even at the most difficult times in your life, and how you can be happy with the things and the people you already have surrounding you. So if you're interested, make sure to click the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss any of my other amazing videos. So now, let's get to today's topic. So positive self-image is basically having a healthy image of yourself. It's to look at yourself in the mirror and not have all these negative thoughts, all these nasty thoughts about yourself. We're just so used to criticizing ourselves. We're so hard on ourselves all the time. So having a positive self-image is not to constantly criticize yourself, not to hold these negative thoughts about yourself in your head all the time, not to think that you are unworthy, undeserving, not good enough, and just all these negative thoughts about yourself. So this could be thoughts about your appearance, the way you look, or they could be about your performance at work, in your career, or they could be thoughts about your relationships with others, thoughts about yourself with regards to your relationship with other people, or it could be thoughts about your past, things that happened in your past, things that you did, things that you didn't do, things that other people did, things that other people did to you, or your present moment where you have so many problems and you're unable to solve them, so you are mad at yourself, or your fears that are projected into the future, and you just have all these negative thoughts that are creating problems in your life. And these problems will persist until the moment you decide that you have to change the way you look at yourself, the way you think of yourself. So you're going to have to realize that fighting with yourself all the time is not the solution. Criticizing yourself is not the solution. Being angry about everything in your life is not the solution. And once you realize this, you're going to start your healing process, because now you don't have anyone to fight with all the time, because the person that you're fighting with all the time is you. Because other people are not going to allow that. You might fight with them for a few minutes, but that's it. But when it's with yourself, it's forever. It's 24/7. It's around the clock. So this is why it's important for you to realize that there's nothing good that's going to come out of you being angry, sad, and resentful about everything in your life. You have to realize that whatever it is that you're going through right now, or things that happened to you in the past, they're not special. You're not this unique, special person with all these problems that nobody has ever experienced. So you have to let go of this emotional garbage. You have to let go of thinking that you are very special and that you have all these special problems that nobody has ever faced before. I used to have this feeling, this suffocating feeling that I was the only one going through this. Whenever I would think about my problems, and some of them I would just exaggerate them in my head, and I would just say, oh my God, why me? Why am I going through this? I'm sure no one else is going through this specific problem. But the truth is, so many people in the world right now are going through the same things or worse. So you have to realize that you're not special with your problems. Your problems are not these special problems that were meant for you to make you miserable, to make you unhappy and unfulfilled in life. You have to know that the only thing that you need to do to get over these problems is to start thinking that this is life. And life sometimes is hard, and you have to be tough. And the first step is for you to be at peace with yourself. And in order for you to be at peace with yourself, you have to develop this positive self-image that we're talking about. So another thing that can affect your self-image is the opinions of other people, their ideas of you, their thoughts about you, their conclusions, their unsolicited advices. So this you have to really be on the lookout for. You have to be aware of the fact that whatever it is that a person is saying, whoever they might be, you have to know that what they're saying is coming from their own life experiences, and it might not at all reflect your situation. So this is how you have to look at it. If they're saying something hurtful to you, if you have to, you can defend yourself, you can say whatever it is that you want, but just don't argue with them. The best way to handle this would be for you to just nod and leave and never think about it again. We're going to talk about how you can actually do that. So, the opinions of others can be so damaging that sometimes a single opinion can ruin somebody's life. A simple joke can ruin somebody's life. But that's only because that person was on the receiving end and they were not aware of the fact that, they can't simply let go of whatever the other person said to them. If they did that, if they were able to do that, if they had the know-how, then they wouldn't have to go through all the things that they're going through in their lives. So this is why it's very important for you to be able to figure out how to handle other people's opinions of you. Because what you're doing when you accept someone else's passing words, they might just be passing by and saying something to you, but you hold on to to those words, and you're internalizing it, and you're thinking about it so much that later on it turns into a thought pattern, and then turn into a belief system in your head, and you start believing what that person said. They were just passing by, but now it has become a belief system in your head, making you hate yourself, making you think of yourself in a certain way. And this is very dangerous. You have to be able to let go of your need for approval, your need for being accepted by others. You have to be able to stand on your own, even though 100 other people are against you. Even though people in your life might not understand you or what you're doing. So this is why you have to develop a thick skin, a strong mindset that is going to protect you and help you go through life without being, this wreck that you're now. So the next thing that you have to do is now getting to the point where, how do I do this? How am I going to be able to really love myself? So how do I actually start loving and accepting myself and developing this self-image that you're talking about? So you might be asking. So it can be very difficult, a daunting task, because you're so used to criticizing yourself, fighting with yourself, hating on yourself now. It's like, it almost seems impossible. But I'm going to be sharing with you the different steps that I myself took and the different techniques that are going to help you. And it's basically going to transform your life, because once you are in that vibe, once you are okay with yourself, at peace with yourself, everything in your life is going to change. All right, so the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to get yourself a pen and a piece of paper and start writing all your qualities, the things that you like about yourself. So it might be difficult at first, because all you want to do is just, you want to write down all your flaws, your mistakes, your failures, your shortcomings, the things that you were unable to do or achieve. But it will be hard. Sit down for a few minutes and write all the good that you can think of. If you like your hair, put it down. If you like your cooking, put it down. If you like your writing, put it down. If you like your driving, put it down. If you like how you communicate with others, put that down. Whatever it is that you can think of yourself and you think, yeah, I like that about me, put it down. So next, you're going to write things that you can improve upon, things that you believe are your weaknesses, and now you're going to turn them into some sort of a strength by turning what you have written into a positive affirmation that you're going to repeat every day to yourself. So they can be things like, I like the way I am with this and that. I like the way I did this and that. And then you can say, I am getting better and better every day at this. I am getting better and better every day at, certain things that you believe that you can improve. And what this will do for you is it will create this positive energy. Instead of constantly bashing yourself, instead of constantly criticizing yourself, now you are helping yourself in improving in what you believe are your shortcomings. And this is a positive way to improve upon the things that you believe are your weaknesses, instead of constantly being angry and resentful towards these weaknesses. The next thing that you're going to do is every day, doesn't matter whether it's in the morning or during the day, you're going to go to the mirror and take a few seconds, a minute, and address yourself. Look yourself in the eye and tell yourself that you love and accept yourself just the way you are. And you can also say some of the things that you have written earlier, some of the positive things about yourself, and you can affirm that. This is very powerful. So many people use this and it works, especially for those of us that have been so hard on ourselves. It kind of creates this smooth transition from the self-hating, the self-deprecating person that we were, and now we are starting to see the good in ourselves in it. I just love this technique, so do it. At first it's going to be difficult, like every technique, but it will just be something that you love doing once you get into the habit of it. So the next step is the more obvious one, and that is that you have to create a daily routine of self-care. So you have to be able to exercise every day. It's non-negotiable. You have to move your body, because developing a positive self-image is not just about sitting there and having good thoughts about yourself. It's also about doing good things for yourself. Do things that make you feel healthier, happier, more optimistic, joyous. Whatever it is that you have to do to get yourself in that mood is the things that you have to do. So exercising, meditating, or just simply getting out of the daily noise and getting yourself away for a few minutes is essential. So getting enough rest and eating healthy are also, everybody knows about this, but not everybody does it. But now that you are on a serious journey of transforming yourself, you have to do these things. And these are also things that are going to help you think right. With healthy nutrition, enough rest, exercise, meditation, you're going to be able to think clear, and this will help you develop a healthy relationship with yourself and build that positive self-image that we're talking about.